let's react to some videos. All right, let's watch this.
Have you ever heard of a leprechaun?
The concept of a leprechaun, yes.
Hang on, do leprechauns exist?
The concept of
yes. I thought that they must exist because I alluded to it.
Yeah, the concept.
I
am not denying that the concept of a leprechaun exists.
The concept of gender exists, but gender itself does not
exist. Yeah, it's a social construct. Of course, the entirety of gender is a concept.
So no, it doesn't the entirety. Exist.
Okay, what are you not getting? The great way to make my argument for me. Yes.
How do I make your argument for you? What are you
because it's not
about?
A physical being here. Gender is a social construct, obviously, so a concept.
So it doesn't exist.
It doesn't exist. If you're talking about sex, that's a different story.
I wasn't. I said the word
I'm not
gender.
saying it's like a physical being, my dude.
Yeah,
like,
you know what the difference is between gender and sex, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. What's the difference?
Well, the difference is gender is socially constructed. And
so it doesn't exist, right, Nina?
You could say that if you want.
Thank you.
I don't know why you're making this like it's some sort of dunk or something.
Thank you. I just need a concession.
You fell for the trap.
So as you said, leprechauns do not exist as a. I don't know. They're not in my room physically, but the idea of leprechauns obviously does exist because it's we could if you're dressed up like a leprechaun. Mm-hmm. People know that you look like a leprechaun, but that doesn't mean that you are a leprechaun. It doesn't matter because we're talking about socially constructed things. You're not whatever your definition of that is. I don't know.
Nina, I actually agree with all that. So let me ask you a question.
Killer.
If somebody put on elf ears, they put on little elf ears, and they had a community of other people put on elf ears, and they all called themselves elves, would they be elves?
If they're doing a Ren Fair thing, sure. For fun? What do you mean?
I'm asking you if they would actually be elves.
Well, what is your version of actually be elves?
I don't know. Because elves don't exist.
You're the one asking the question. I feel like you should probably be a little bit more.
Well, I don't think elves exist.
Okay, but they exist in fiction. What do you mean? Have you ever played D&D?
Well, but they don't exist in material reality, right?
Sure.
Yeah, so since they don't exist in material reality, even if somebody dressed up like an elf, they wouldn't be an elf, right?
Sure.
Okay.
So how come if a man dressed up like a woman, they'd be a woman, though, Nina?
The reason why these liberals get killed by people like Andrew in these debates is because their entire ideology trains them to ignore objective truths. If it were up to them, everything would exist on a spectrum. Gender, spectrum. Mental illness, spectrum. Morality, spectrum. They've built a world where truth bends to feelings and confusion is treated like compassion. But the problem with living in a spectrum is that you lose the center, the anchor that keeps reality grounded. And when objective reality finally shows up, it tears the whole thing down simply by existing. Back to the debate.
I
Boom!
specifically said, and then we're going to talk about that.
Well, it's critical to the argument.
Is it?
Yeah, because if you lump in men as being able to be women, I want to know how that intersects with feminism.
That's not what I specifically said at my opening that I didn't want to get into we can talk about that in a different debate. I'm totally okay with doing that.
Okay, then I'll just move past it to my third argument. My last argument against the root of feminism is that there can't be male feminists, only Sims. Because males would be going against their nature, and the male would have to make a constructive argument against my first premise, which you still haven't been able to do, in order to be actually considered a male feminist.
Guns.
Yeah, guns isn't an answer.
To how women would resist?
Yeah, demonstrate how women could win a war with men using guns, considering that men control the manufacturing of almost all guns. They're the most hyper-trained with guns. They have the most amount of soldiers, and they're in all the positions of power. How exactly could they win a war with men?
Okay, so how exactly...
Magic!
If all women die, what happens? You die too, you realize that, right?
The human race goes extinct.
Yeah, so for one, why would you do that? For two,
we could just enslave them all.
So
right?
if we want to beat men, we'll just all Sudoku ourselves, because then you'll just end up losing it.
So you would beat men. So the way that you would beat men is by yourselves.
Well, I don't know. If you're going to be that dramatic about it, you're such a fantastical example that sure, why not?
I can't believe that your ideal of how you would beat men in the great man versus woman war is that you would yourself. Well, that'll
Yeah, I'm
teach us a
Japanese. That's
lesson.
kind of just what we do. It's kind of just what we do. I don't know.
What the hell is
I
that?
mean, it
Little
would. You
bit of
die too,
seppuku.
bitch. I mean, if you're really gonna say my gun argument isn't like up to snuff for you, it just seems like you're just like gonna not accept anything that I say. So like, I mean, like, what?
I will accept.
Well, you didn't accept the gun argument.
A legitimate argument.
So why do you
why
think
it is that you think that rights don't come from men? If you have a legitimate argument,
wait, that's
I want to
not
hear it.
Wait, or is it that one or the other one?
Curveball.
It's the same argument both ways.
I mean, the rights come from the people that are in power, so historically, obviously, that would be sure. But like the idea of like what you just like had a nice day at one point, and you're like, you know what, we should just give women rights. Like the idea, like you just think that women didn't fight for that shit, or what?
Can you show me all of the men that women killed in the United States to get their rights?
No, I'm not. What? No. Okay.
So how were they fighting? Were they? Is that what you mean? They bitched really loud?
Is protesting just?
Yeah.
Is like making like bills or like writing I mean, you can actually say that.
Yeah,
a lot
it's
of
all bitching. It's all. Nina, it's all.
That's
Where's
what black people
the great
do,
woman
though, right?
army? Where's the great woman army that, like Vikings, swept down upon the population and took their
first
rights?
wave feminism?
Yeah, show me all the men that.
Well, okay, so how do you think? Wait, okay, so how do you think that you get rights as a disenfranchised person?
You take them by force.
So then, how did people get rights without doing that?
They took them by force. In this particular,
I mean, women got rights without doing that
yeah,
particular thing. So
men gave them to them. Yeah.
Okay,
but without men giving,
you
that's
just said
my
the only
that's
way you
my
can do
whole
it is
argument.
take it by force. So apparently they did take it by
Only
force by
men
your
can
logic
take it
here.
by force. That's it.
Okay, so how did we? Like what?
Because men gave them
your
to
cognitive
them.
dissonance is next. Like you're gonna complain about mine? Like what the f are you talking
There's
about?
no cognitive
You're just saying, okay, so if men are doing it, then like, oh, then they got them, like they fought for them. But if women fight for them, that means that men gave them. Like what like again, I don't know if you think like an Amazonian like idea. You think they were?
What is she babbling
like, what,
about?
Like a gifted sub? Like what do you mean?
Yeah, literally.
Yeah, oh, just like for
a gifted
fun.
sub, sure.
Okay.
Just like that.
Like,
The Force Doctrine by Andrew Wilson. The idea is simple. Rights don't actually exist. They're only as real as the force that protects them. If someone can take your rights away with force, then those rights were never real to begin with. Just permission granted by whoever holds the power. And if the only thing stopping a force from taking your rights from you is another force standing in the way, that means men who historically hold the monopoly on force are the ones who define, defend, and destroy rights. If tomorrow the system decided women couldn't vote and they marched into the voting booths anyway, the force would be waiting. Not because it's fair, but because power enforces reality. So yeah, that's back to the debate.
Just like that.
Oh my god.
You were gifted.
Why?
Were gifted these things.
Why?
Well,
it's
because
not, is it not
because a lot
efficient?
of high-profile, powerful men wanted to have a patriarchal system in place, and they knew that having women in the workforce was going to double the tax base. That's
facts. Facts.
Again, men did it. It's always men because we control the levers of power.
So it is good to have women in the workforce.
And we always will. Why would that be good?
Because what you just said that would be good because it would double the tax
base. I made an is statement, not an ought statement. This is true, not it ought be true.
Oh, I misheard you then. My bad.
You didn't mishear. You just don't know the difference between whenever I say something is true, you immediately deflect to that ought to be, and that's how stupid people think.
I hate the word ought. I definitely don't say that.
So what is that men give all the rights to the women's.
The women's, just like they did to the people.
So yeah, men took rights away from people, and men gave rights back to people.
Okay, so how is that different than giving rights to women?
It's no different than giving rights to women.
Okay, so why are you treating it like it's different? I don't understand this.
I've never treated it like it's different. I've repeated this 50 times.
Mm-hmm.
Which part are you not understanding?
Okay, but you're saying that like, okay, so you're telling me black people just like got it for like funsies. People got rights, like because white men were having a really good day, and they were like, yeah, why don't I just like let's just give rights out, like let's just do that for fun.
Regardless of the mechanism.
So that's how you're treating it, how it is with women.
Regardless of the mechanism for how the rights came about, It was men who took them away and men who gave them to them. Yes. That would be a correct is statement. Men took the rights, men gave the rights back. Men take the rights from women, men give the rights back. Women give no rights to anybody. Women can't have rights outside of what men give.
Okay, so women didn't do anything to fight for their own rights.
They complained.
That's how literally everything happens. Yes, you're complaining right now about how you hate women. So I mean, I don't know.
I never said once I hate women.
He never said he hated women.
It happened once.
Yes, you didn't say that. You just think that they are lesser.
I'm happily married and have
which is a
many
kind of
daughters.
A complaint. Yeah, and you fucking treat your wife like a horse, dude. I don't know what you're talking about. Like she's
Can
like,
you give me an example of me treating my wife like a horse? Or did you seem to
like talk about all women, dude. Like I mean, like she's she's part of all women. Like I mean, she's a lovely woman. I don't understand why you're being so weird about it.
My wife would disagree with me that her rights don't come from men.
Well, I mean, if you're constantly talking about it,
what?
I don't imagine she would disagree.
Are you here to debate?
So you think that she's
I love Rachel, by the way. I don't think
she's just this woman who completely crushed you. She's just too stupid to understand that her rights.
Well, I think that you think that. I don't.
Well, I know you don't, but
she was only allowed to do that debate because of you, right?
What's that?
She was only allowed to do the debate because you allowed her to, correct?
It wasn't an allowance, but it was an enablement. Yeah.
What? You're gonna split hairs on enablement? What do you mean by enablement?
It means that my existence allows my wife and enables her to do all sorts of things she could not ordinarily do if it weren't for me being around to enable her to do those things.
I mean,
okay.
So you think that she has no ability to like do this?
Do what?
Like be on the debate or whatever.
I don't even understand what you're talking about. Why wouldn't she have the ability to do that? Yeah, I enable it.
Oh, because you didn't enable me to do this, and I'm doing it. So
who said anything about enabling you?
Well, I'm confused on what you mean by enablement there.
I literally explained it, but I'll give you the definition again. Okay. My mere presence inside my wife's life enables her to do things she would not ordinarily.
So that implies that she. Okay, so she's doing things. So she would not have been able to.
Yeah, she probably would have had to slave. She probably would have had to slave at a job for 12 hours a day, but she doesn't have to do that. She can just sit at home and kind of do whatever the she wants and homeschool the kid. That's all me enabling that, Nina. That's called enabling.
Wait, why are you acting like her homeschooling the kids is like no like actual work?
It is work. Who said it wasn't?
Yeah, but you're saying that she's able to sit at home.
She would not be able to do that if I didn't enable her
and do nothing. But I mean, you said
she wouldn't be able to do it, Nina, if I didn't enable her.
That's why I think that you disrespect like the work that she does.
It's uncomfortable.
Because
she feels
I enable
uncomfortable.
Her to do it.
She doesn't like it. It's uncomfortable.
You specifically say it as sitting at home for 12 hours doing nothing. She's not sitting at home for 12 hours doing nothing. She's sitting at home teaching your 12 hours doing
kids. Nothing. I said I enable her to do things she wouldn't ordinarily be able to do.
Okay, but you want her to be doing it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, then I don't know why you're acting like it's
a privilege. That does not defeat the argument that I enable her to be able to do things she wouldn't ordinarily be able to do.
Just having, like,
they don't like this kind of talk.
Nina, even if I want her to do those things, I'm still enabling her to do them. You see how that works?
Or if you're going to be just like a rhetorician there about it.
Oh, it's just, I understand.
No, it's just rhetoric.
It's too big, Nina.
Because she doesn't understand what the hell's going on.
You're kind of splitting hairs.
What am I splitting hairs about?
I just think. What do you mean? Well, the way your wording of enabling, like, I don't.
You mean with a specific definition and then explaining it and then going through it with you? It's just too much. It's too much for you.
It seems like you imply that the only reason she's able to, like, well, the reason I brought it up was about the whole debating thing, and you said that you enable her to do that, so that kind of implies that she would not be able to do it without you, correct?
Yeah, that's right. Because she would be busy working at a job and would not be able to go on the internet to do debates.
I have a job.
And?
I'm your child.
Do you see me? I'm currently here.
You're a dog mom. You don't have a bunch of kids. You know how much work you have to do?
You either.
Do you know how much work you would have?
She wouldn't have any kids without you. So.
What? She did. She did have kids.
Okay.
Yeah, she did.
Okay.
So what are you talking? Yes, she would.
Okay, but you're also, I assume, would say the same thing for her current relationship or whatever.
You mean me?
Sorry, no, pass. I'm sorry, pass. sorry, pass.
You mean the guy who left? and never came
Sure.
back.
Yeah, I don't want to get too much into your personal. If I'm making you
What are you
uncomfortable,
talking
Personal
about?
here. It's just a factual statement.
I'm just saying, like, okay, so the fact that like what she's like able to do these things, I don't really feel like that has anything to do with you or that other person. It doesn't really matter. I feel like she could do it regardless.
Oh,
And I feel
right.
like
Okay, so she would go. So she would go, right? She'd take 2 kids. She'd work 12 hours a day, and then she'd hop online exhausted in order to have a debate with you, huh?
I work 8 hours a day and I do that.
What do you do for a living, Nina?
Are you just gonna say that I'm not like lifting things up? She's not lifting things up, I assume. Well, is she lifting things up?
How would you know? But in any case,
there's plenty
working,
of jobs that
listen,
don't require
working 8 hours,
up.
working 8 hours a day is nothing. It's a joke.
But apparently you work full time, don't you?
Yeah. And then
so how do you have the energy to do it?
Because I'm a man.
I'm
awesome and epic in every way.
Oh, we love that for you.
She walked into that.
Okay, but like, you're gonna act like it's easy though. Like it just seems really odd to me. Like you think that like you're telling me your wife could not do a 8-hour day and then hop on and stream.
She wouldn't be able to afford to live having 2 children by herself with an absent.
Okay, let's assume the children don't exist. So is it just the
children?
Yeah,
but the children do exist.
Let's assume
critical to this argument. They did exist.
Okay, no, I'm talking about all women. I'm not trying to specifically talk about that exact thing. So you're saying only because the children
exist. But that's the exact thing you brought up, but you don't want to specifically talk about it.
Sorry, maybe I wasn't clear with that. My point being that, like, okay, so your whole argument, right, is that women and men are so diametrically different that like they cannot perform the same tasks. They can't do the same things. But it seems like
she's not getting it.
She does the same thing you do when it comes to the online stuff. Obviously, she's
fighting
working a full day, like teaching kids, which I think is incredibly stressful. Like holding kids, picking the kids up, doing all of that. Like, that seems like it's a lot of work.
That the honor that we should give to mothers is bar none. And the fact that a mother wants to keep an intact relationship, raise many, many children, is something that not only society should honor, but should enable. Kind of like how I enable it.
Well, it seems like you allow it, so I don't know.
I enable it.
Like, subscribe, and share for more videos like this. And I'll see